Lexington. We are live here in Knoxville, and a friend of ours has dropped by here, Michael Bratton from the SEC. It's that SEC podcast. Excuse me. It's good to see you.
We're mid-October, Kentucky. We're already focused on basketball. All is right in the world with SEC football.
I'm not supposed to get cracked up with guests, but you crack me up. I don't even want to get in the way because you have been just gold to our show these last few months.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Paul. Appreciate you having me on anytime. But, I'm a Tennessee grad. That's where my heart's at. I try to be unbiased if I can. But this is the first time, and I got it right here, Paul. First time in about 20 years I've come to this game with my cigar.
I got one, but I can't bring it out yet. It does feel like that. Now, I'll spare you the history since you're a graduate here, and any graduate here knows exactly what we're referring to. But why should all these great people on Rocky Top believe?
Well, I think all off-season we heard how great Alabama was, and we've been hearing that for 2 years. They arguably could have lost 3 or 4 games last year. I realize this is a different season, but they could have lost to Texas, could have lost to Texas A&M, which is, in my opinion, maybe the 11th best team in the SEC right now, and that was at home. Coming into this stadium, these fans.
Hold on a second. Texas A&M is maybe the 11th best team in the SEC. Do you know Jimbo Fisher is the coach there?
And that's a big reason why they're down there, Paul. They've got one of the best rosters in the conference, but they're not getting it done on the field. And, him almost beating Alabama, that's probably the best win Jimbo's going to get this year. Tell me I'm wrong, Paul. They know.
Just keep talking. I've lost it here. That is so cool.
And then also in this game, Tennessee's got the better quarterback. I know Bryce Young, better play caller. Josh Heupel's just the job he's done. If he wins this game, he's SEC Coach of the Year. Hendon Hooker's going to win the Heisman Trophy if they win this football game, and I think they've got an outstanding shot to do it.
The next thing you're going to tell me, Josh Heupel's the best coach in this game.
Well, I won't quite go that far, but he is a heck of a coach, Paul. How can you argue it? A year and a half ago, people were burying this program. Yeah. They were saying Tennessee wouldn't go to a bowl game for 5 years. They win immediately, and they lost some close games. This year, they're winning those close games. Paul, they're one of the best teams in the SEC in forcing turnovers. Alabama's second worst in the conference in giving the ball away. This is primed for not only a Tennessee win, but perhaps a big win by the Tennessee Volunteers.
Keep talking. This is the easiest interview I have ever done, by the way.
Now, we don't know the status, do we, yet, of Bryce Young? I may have missed it on the car.
I have had more people. I was in Tuscaloosa last night on the campus across the street from practice.
Yeah.
And I had countless people whisper in my ear saying, Bryce is playing. But I don't know.
Everybody's talking about him, but I think the real X factor for Alabama in this game, Paul, when they have the ball, is Jahmyr Gibbs, because I think he's outstanding.
Yes.
I don't know how well Tennessee is going to be able to contain him. That's going to be key to winning this football game, because I think even if Bryce Young plays, he's not going to be as mobile as he usually is. I don't know if he's going to be able to push the ball down the field like we normally see him do. So the key to the game for Tennessee on defense, stopping Jahmyr Gibbs. I know the stats say they have an elite rush defense. I think that's more of a factor of teams passing on Tennessee almost at will. So this is going to be their toughest test of the season.
Can I see that thing in your pocket for 1 second? Because I just wanted to know what it looks like to put one of these things. Wait, this is a good-looking cigar. You must be in the big money at that SEC podcast.
I'm ready to smoke it, Paul.
Who would have expected it? The guest of the year right here, Michael Bratton. Well done.
Appreciate it, Paul.